There are 3 plum trees here. There are about 4 Asian pears here. These are figs. They just grow and grow and grow. And this is walnut. We have an abundant supply of walnuts, and I don't know what to do with them. So Bob knew more about gardening than I did, thank goodness, because he did all this. Bob was my husband for 27 years. He was raised in Oklahoma, a poverty-stricken Dust Bowl area, and there never was enough food. When we arrived here, I think there were about 3 fruit trees on the property. He kept planting trees, so we always had enough to eat. There was a freezer full. So it's a wonderful orchard. Unfortunately, no one's here to take care of it because my husband died. The plane went down near Oregon City in a flaming crash. But I'm very fortunate under fortunate conditions to have this wonderful place. And so if you know anyone who wants walnuts, good to see you again. But we have 26 fruit trees, and that's a sizable number for a widow to take care of. I've told people how many fruit trees we have, and they say, why? Why? It would be very expensive for me to take care of even 1 tree. Oh. My neighbor suggested that I just let them grow and grow to the sky, but that would be such a waste, and I'm so happy the Fruit Tree Project is involved.
So let it go back. And
Portland Fruit Tree Project is a small nonprofit organization based in Portland, Oregon. Part of, I think, what makes the Fruit Tree Project unique and really compelling to a lot of people is that it's really looking around and saying, okay, what do we have in this community? What are the assets, and how can we come together to improve our community, make people's lives better? So we're here at the home of Thelma Clark in Southeast Portland. They're doing pruning, which helps the trees be more healthy. It helps allow for more airflow, which decreases pest and disease issues.
There we go.
We do fruit thinning to help the tree not have too many tiny, bad quality fruits and have more individual, large, high quality fruits. So they're here hard at work making these trees more healthy and more productive and provide more food for the community.
Because you're always driving alongside, the road on the highway or where there'll be an apple tree and you think, who picks those? And they're just going to waste and they look so great. It's such a cool way to not let fruit go to waste and share it with people who maybe don't have the opportunity to do that.
And they come about 6 times a year to prune, clean cut, and to fertilize. Last year, they collected over 800 pounds of fruit to give away, and I'm very proud of what they've accomplished.
It really just started as a really small neighborhood project, just bringing some folks together to do some harvesting and tree care. And it's just grown like crazy over the last 6 years. People really want to get involved because we often have waiting lists for our events. 1 fruit tree can provide food for generations. So a lot of the relationships that are being built through this program are going to be really long-term relationships.
There are so many hidden in here.
We're coming back to the same trees year after year, harvesting the fruit, caring for the trees.
We have a bucket that's full if you want to trade out.
To date, we have more than 1,600 trees registered. So these are trees whose owners have signed up with us and say, hey, we have these fruit trees. We'd be interested in sharing the fruit with your organization.
You did it. Yeah, you got it.
It's a lot of fruit trees, 1,600, and we know there are a lot more out there.
So are you getting any?
Yes, quite a few.
Something that's really interesting in Portland is that most of the trees that we harvest through our programs weren't planted by the homeowner. You move into a house, it has a couple fruit trees in the backyard. Oftentimes, they didn't plant those trees. They don't really know how to care for them. They don't really know what to do with the fruit. So now they have opportunities to share the fruit with the community and to learn how to care for the trees themselves if they're interested.
Now, the next thing I have to really learn about is pests. I got my first harvest of apples this year, a whole bushel of wormy, scabby apples. But they're still beautiful.
So Portland has a fabulous climate for growing fruit. Apples, Asian pears, all of those grow really well in our climate. We have this essentially a huge urban orchard, the city of Portland. thousands and thousands of fruit trees. So how can we make best use of this orchard? Make the food available to the community?
Here's a pretty awesome plum. We're separating them into good and okay. Good will go to the food bank, right? And okay will be used for other things like processing.
Food pantries can always use more fresh produce because the need is so high right now. This year, we're aiming to serve about 4,000 people with fresh produce through our food pantry partners. We were one of the very first organizations doing this kind of work, but since we started, a number of other organizations have sprouted up over the last 5 years. So it's been really wonderful sort of seeing this idea really grow and expand. Cities all throughout the country are now starting similar projects, harvesting fruit trees in the urban area.
Is this one okay to eat?
It looks like it. Are there
of
little
hard.
holes? Yeah, I think they're all kind of hard.
Over the years, we'll be hopefully continuing to grow and do more and more harvesting and pick more and more fruit. It's been really amazing and really remarkable and really humbling to see what a group of people can do if they just come together to help the community.
The two lower ones are the Asian pears.
That's a wonderful feeling that Bob's work is continuing. So Bob's early beginnings of poverty made him appreciate poverty and help others. So these fruit trees are doing just what Bob would have wanted.
What about this?
Whoa!
Great people just doing their thing in their own Northwesty way. We love bringing you stories like this. Support what you love. OPB.org/video.